Hey, what's going on? So you want to get started in real estate? Congrats. Real estate is the biggest industry in the world, and there's so many ways to make money and make a good living and enjoy a great life doing so. This episode of the Millennial's Guide to Real Estate is all about how to get started in real estate. Let's go. First off, my name is Bradley Jarrett and welcome to the Millennial's Guide to Real Estate. I am a Florida realtor and investor, and there are a lot of different ways to get involved in real estate. I found out what works for me. This is all about what is going to work for you. So the first step is deciding, what do you like about real estate? Are you more of a design guy? Do you want to, or a girl, do you like the aesthetics of a home? Do you love different types of design? Because if so, you could have a great career in staging, interior design, perhaps investing on the flipping side where you really get to put your taste into a home. There's a lot of, or even a realtor where you just enjoy luxury homes or a certain part of town with homes. There's also a numbers person. I'm a numbers person. So if that's you, then maybe being a loan originator or a flipper or an investor where the house itself isn't that important. It's all about how you take money and make it work to turn it into more money or to make transactions flow like that. There's also, if you love people, being an agent is a great way to deal with people. You get to meet all different types of people looking for a home and have that fulfilling feeling of either selling their home or putting them in the right place for them. And the great thing is that if you love being outdoors and on the go, a lot of these careers in real estate, you are not behind a cubicle a lot. You're maybe behind a computer some hours of the day, but other times on weekends and in the evenings you are driving around and you're actually at a home, at a property. And there's also commercial realtors. If you're more of a business person, you really like, you don't really like homes so much, but you really like multifamilies, 6 unit, 8 units, 50 units, 200 unit apartment buildings, office space, land. If that's more up your alley, then look into the commercial side. There's also inspectors and appraisers, and those people really like, not really the numbers, but really like being away from a cubicle, having their own hours, being able to drive in the middle of the day, check out a property, and make some money doing so as well. So determine what it is you really like about real estate. And then the next step is to determine your niche. And I say niche because that should be something you have a strength at. For example, I work in Florida real estate from California, and very few people are familiar with the Florida market like me out in California. So that has become my niche. What is it about you? Is it a certain neighborhood, a certain skill set? Do you know a language? Do you relate to certain people better? Or do you have a great background in design or finance? Really think of your strengths and combine that with your passion, and then you'll find your niche. The second step is to get the proper licensing done. And you're going to have to go through some sort of training course if you're a mortgage originator, if you are becoming a real estate agent, an inspector, an appraiser. All of it requires a certain amount of schooling and a certification, a license at the end of it. So go ahead and do that. I would just look up the most reputable companies or classes that'll ensure you get the right information and pass the first time, because you do not want to have to repeat a license. It's just an annoying thing. You want to make sure that the way they teach is the way you absorb information. And then after that, if you're a realtor, you got to pick the right broker. You really have to think of what you want, how much guidance you'll need, what's important to you. If a big commission split, if one where the broker's taking a lot really deters you, well, you got to think about the trade-offs. Maybe they have a lot of training, a lot of referrals, and it's going to help you grow. But if you really want to make a bigger commission but have more weight on your shoulders to train yourself and to develop your own leads, then you'll have to make that decision as well. Best thing to do is to ask around, is to go on websites like biggerpockets.com and create a post on there asking about brokers in the area, any recommendations, because you want to get started on the right foot. Now, after your licensing comes the real education. I took my license and I learned so much about nothing important. But when you are becoming a realtor or an investor or anything else, you really need to dive into the top books, podcasts, seminars, online forums. You really got to be immersed in this education because it is an investment. And when you're starting off, you're behind the curve. You are the newbie to the industry, which means you need to make up by learning as much as you can in that niche and learning how to overcome your lack of experience. Because, as a newbie, you don't have experience. You can't rely on that. You can't rely on any referrals really because you haven't developed that. So you got to learn. And a lot of times it's listening to a podcast instead of music on the way to work. It's reading a book about one of your weaknesses or something you really need to learn about before bed at night instead of watching TV. But don't be afraid to do that. You really need to learn as much as possible, especially at first. But overall, that needs to be something that you continue with down the road no matter what. The last note on education is finding a mentor. And if you have a mentor, you know how much help that has been in your life. But if you don't, and I never have, I really missed out. Having a mentor is going to save you so much time and energy, and they're going to show you exactly where it is to go. And to find a mentor, you just reach out and you offer value to someone. Now, I'm going to touch on networking next, but it's the same exact concept where you need to reach out to someone that's been there, that's done that, that is successful in what you want, and offer value in exchange for a mentorship. You can't just say, hey, I really like what you do, can I pick your brain? Who wants their brain picked? Hey, I'd love to spend a couple hours with you as you dissect my brain and I get nothing from it. That is not the right way to go about it. You need to offer value, see what it is they're struggling with or what you can improve upon their life, and do that. Now we're on to networking, and this is going to be huge in any phase of real estate, especially as an investor or an agent or a loan originator, because your network is going to equal your net worth. And that means you need to go out to these events, seminars, you need to go online and reach out to people, introduce yourself, and always go with the mentality of, how can I assist you? It could have nothing to do with what you are interested in. You might say, look, I am selling homes in this neighborhood of this town, and you have nothing to do with it. But you know what? If you blow that person off, you don't know who they know, even down the road, who they're connected to. Maybe in a year, they'll be asked, oh, hey, do you know someone with a realtor in your area? And they'll say, no one good. But if you left a good impression and you said, you know what? That's not what I do, but what are you interested in? Let me see how I can help you. Let me see if I know someone. And all it is a little article you send in their email saying, hey, I really thought this could help you with this issue you mentioned, this struggle you have. Or my friend da-da-da-da-da is a very licensed or a very highly accredited blank, and you said you had this issue, I think they can help you out. You don't know where that'll go, but the point is that you always want to bless and enrich the lives of the people that you meet. It will come back to you for sure, and the same is true the other way around. So go to all the events, hand out your business card, but be genuine. Really listen to what these people want to accomplish, what struggles they have, and do your best to solve them, because you may not see it short term, but long term, that person that you helped out 2 years ago that had nothing to do with what you were looking for at the time, they could have a referral. They could be interested in investing or buying in your city or anything like that. Always go with that mentality. One last tip about networking is, I heard in a great podcast, is to start your own event. Create your own event. If there's not a meetup online or on a forum, create your own potluck dinner, your own mastermind. Get people together, top professionals in that industry, in real estate, maybe a lawyer, a doctor. If you're an investor, you could use some money, like doctor, entrepreneur, different people. Just get them together, because over a nice little potluck dinner, you can have 15, 20 people there, a pretty intimate setting where everyone's talking to each other, meeting, having a good time, and ultimately you are the one that threw it. You are the one that gets all the credit per se, and your business will thrive because of it. So you're working hard, you're learning as much as you can, you're reaching out to so many people, you're asking for advice and asking how you can help them, and now you just need to ask for feedback. Look at your business card. What do you think of this business card? What do you think of this niche? What do you think of this angle? What do you think I should do? If you were me, what do you think I should do to increase business, to help more people? And you'll be surprised. People love to give their opinion. So if you say, what do you think of this business card? I really could use your opinion on it. Oh, I love this, but you should really have your website on here. Or I could barely read this. You should make that bigger. Or this picture of you, this one I see of you looks so much better and more professional than the one on your business card. I'd really use this next time. These people that you meet, they want to give you their opinion because everyone loves giving their opinion. So ask for it. But the good thing is that when you ask for their opinion, it's going to help you in the long run. Then once you have the feedback, after the end of each month, look back at what you've done the prior month. Analyze what has worked versus what hasn't worked. Are networking meetings not doing much for you? Well, maybe you could lay off of that a bit next month and ramp up the social media marketing if that's been turning out well. But always look at it and say, what has gone right? What has gone wrong? Where do I need to spend more time and effort and energy versus areas that I should be spending less or even no energy or money or effort? Do that after every month and you will continue to grow month after month. The last bit of advice is just consistency. Any industry, any career, any sport, any instrument, anything you want to do in life comes down to consistency. If you just give it a couple months and jump off the bandwagon and say this got old, then you're not going to see results. That's why you need to find your niche, find something you really love that you're passionate about. You need to put in the work to meet people and learn and tweak it so that it's easy. Consistency is easy because you're having fun, because you're doing what you should be doing. And hopefully this little episode has helped you guys at least understand a bit about how to get started in real estate, whether it's an investor, an agent, appraiser, inspector. Just choose the right field, network, learn as much as you can, and be a giver. Always be a learner, always be a giver. Hope this has helped. I will see you guys next time on the Millennial's Guide to Real Estate. Please subscribe to my station up here. Check out my other videos up there or there. And I will see you next time.